Yes, Gary here. Thank you so much for joining me in this short clip where I'm going to be discussing how to close a defect. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the board. So here we are in iteration 2. This is the carryover PBI. We're going to go ahead and move down. And this is the defect that was pulled in. The developer has already fixed that. This means that the code has been merging into the environment that we need to test in. I have moved my task to in progress because I'm going to be the one working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the defect. I'm going to read through the defect. I have to make sure I understand what I'm testing. Also, I'm going to go and scroll down into the discussion section. Sometimes here there are notes by the developer, the QA, or sometimes the business analyst. One thing that I wanted to mention is when you go into the linked section, here you will see a PR link to the defect. In this case, because I'm using a sandbox and this is only for demo purposes, you won't see that. So let's go back to the details. So I'm gonna navigate to the sandbox. This defect in particular is complaining about the fact that there is a period at the end of the word password. So let's take a look and make sure that's not the case anymore. So here I am in the login page. The password is nice and neat. There is no period. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of it. And at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight what it was tested. I'm gonna copy this. Then I'm gonna move back into my project. Then I'm gonna say tested nightly, and the bug has passed testing. Then you're gonna go ahead and paste the screenshot. Go ahead and close. You save and close, and then you move the task to done. Now, the question is what happens if the defect fails? What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a fixed bug task where we're gonna assign back to the developer, and then we're gonna go ahead and tag him within the discussion. And here, instead of tested in nightly and the bug has passed testing, we're gonna put tested in nightly and the bug has failed testing. Then we're gonna add the screenshot. We're gonna tag the developer and ping him directly so he's aware that the defect has failed testing. A second topic that I wanted to discuss here was a defect cycle. In this particular graph, you will see the business creating the acceptance criteria, then the developer codes that acceptance criteria, then is deployed. The application goes down to the QA finds a defect, then the defect goes into business for their initial triage. Here you will see the labels P1 through P4, that stands for priority. That's what is given to the defects by business. Usually defects are fixed P1s and P2s and then P3s and P4s. This chart here represents the defects that are moved to the backlog. So once the defect is categorized as P1 or P2, then it's moved for the developer to fix it. Developer fixes the defect, then is deployed. Then it goes down to the QA. If the defect fails, then the defect goes back to the developer. If the defect passes, then it goes down their normal route. So this is the defect cycle. One of the things that you need to consider while testing a defect is not only testing the objective of the defect, also test around the defect. Sometimes we can find regression issues introduced by fixing a single defect. So if we find those defects, what we're going to do is we create the defect. It goes the entire process again, and then we can close the defect that we were testing if the objective of the defect passes testing. Thanks so much for watching this video, and if you like it, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.